Won't you rub your fingers down my spine? Girl, you look mighty fine. Won't you rub your fingers down my spine? Don't you know, pump it up, you got to pump it up.
No, we can't play that song yet. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? We played Fingers and then the Pump It Up song came on by accident. I apologize to tease you. Hopefully that'll be that way soon. What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's good out there. We finally have something to talk about. Woo! Man, I'm just excited we have something different to talk about besides being in this month range up here. What's up, dude? Anyways, we got something to talk about today. Woohoo! Man, I'm pumped. Crypto Shock, what up, man? Mr. Fly. No pump song yet. It's freaking ridiculous. Anyways, Bitcoin finally swept the lows. So Bitcoin finally out of this range did come down and sweep the lows. So kind of what we were saying up here is we didn't really, I wasn't going to try to call what Bitcoin was going to do in the short term. Like, you know, but we'll talk about this in a little bit. I had no idea what Bitcoin was going to do in the short term. Could have went lower. Could have bounced for a higher low. Who knows? It decides to come and take out the low. So now we'll kind of discuss, you know, is that it? Do we got lower to go? We'll talk about it. Altcoins held up actually pretty good today. I always get worried when I say that, though, because every time like the altcoins held up good today, the next day the altcoins get fried. So we'll talk about that too. And yeah, we'll kind of do what we need to do. But anyways, hope everyone's good out there. It's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Let me know if you're going out and getting tacos. I'm not making tacos today. I like to make tacos on Tuesdays, but not today. Not today on this beautiful Tuesday. It's 50 degrees out up here. Dude, it's been the warmest day since like November of last year. 50 degrees, dude. It was great. My nipples finally weren't hard for once. My George nipple finally wasn't hard for once, man. What's up, Franco? Franco added some shit. Anderson, I'm sure he added some shit. Kelso, Jose, Pilled, Necro, Psycho. Yeah, we'll talk about the Fear and Greed Index today. We got a lot to talk about today, man. I saw Felipe already came in with the Supa. He said, I'm broke. We're all broke. Well, I don't have a actual McDonald's hat, but, you know, I left it at work today. So I left it at work, my McDonald's hat, but I'll have it on tomorrow. Judge, what's up? West Side, Hatrick, Jennifer, what's up? What's up, everybody? Andrew Cameron, what's up, guys? Good to see everyone in the chat. It's good to see everyone, man. As we know, market hasn't really done too much lately, so I've kind of been, you know, coming on and off a few days a week. Part-timer, as Anderson would say, until we get something to happen. But anyways, now we're getting something happening. So let's should we start? Should we start, or should we wait a little bit longer? I don't know what we should do. I don't know. Should we wait for all the homies to come in, or is this all the homies that we get? I don't know. I don't know what we're doing today. But I'm just happy my nipples aren't hard today. Anyways, 88,423 for the corn. So Bitcoin finally come out of this range we were in from February 3rd to February 24th. 3 weeks of being in like a $3,000 range. Finally breaks the downside. All right, so I guess when we were up here, we were kind of discussing, I think it was like Friday last week, I kind of said, I don't know what Bitcoin's going to do in the short term. I have no clue what Bitcoin is going to do in the short term. Zero clue, right? I wasn't going to try to guess. Would make sense for it to come and sweep these lows. We also said it was possible Bitcoin could just put in a higher low and go up, right? But Bitcoin decides to take the first route and comes and sweeps the lows. So I guess where we're at now is what we kind of have to see what Bitcoin does is this just a sweep, right? Where this is going to be one big fake out to the downside before we come back up and at least bounce, right? For, you know, a dead cat bounce, at least a dead cat bounce, or we just push up higher. Or is this a breakdown where, you know, we're just going to kind of continue down? Well, I guess we'll try to look at that the best that we can and kind of look at all the ranges that we've had in this bull market so far and how they've kind of manifested, I guess you would say. Someone said it must follow the fractal. Must follow the fractal, man. I don't know if we, I mean, there's a few ways these kind of consolidations have played out for Bitcoin, by the way. But first, I kind of want to preface, I don't know how to actually say it. I don't know if it's preface or preface. I'm just gonna act like I know which one it is, even though I don't. So I kind of want to just preface where we kind of are, right? So obviously, before we talk about BTC, I think it's just important to look at where we are in the cycle. Once again, you're either a believer, you're not a believer in the 4-year cycles. It's kind of, you kind of just got to do what you got to do, right? You either believe in it or you don't. I think at this point it's been proven to work. So for me, it's still looking from Bitcoin as a lens of still looking for another leg up on Bitcoin that we may or may not get, right? And that's why it's important to take profits on the way up, because we don't know if we're going to get this next leg up, right? We just don't know. Nothing's guaranteed. Just because Bitcoin's here does not guarantee Bitcoin has another leg up, because that's what it did in the previous cycles. But I'm just going with the assumption that in the high time frames, Bitcoin's still going to have another leg up, right? Despite the fact that if you kind of look at where we're at now, we have kind of fallen behind the 2017 cycle and the 2021 cycle, right? We've kind of fallen a little bit behind, man. We've fallen a little bit behind the cycles, right? Have we done that in the past? We have, right? We did it over here. We did it over here. We did it down here, right? We did it down here, whatever. We've kind of done it a few times, but we are diverging from the 2021 and 2017 cycles a little bit right now, right? And my assumption still is that Bitcoin's going to find a low somewhere in here, and we're still going to push up, right? It's taking a little bit longer than I've expected it to. I'm not going to lie and sit here and lie, but still expecting to get another leg up on BTC. So I guess we kind of look over here and we kind of sit here and say, okay, here we are. Let's just look at what the previous consolidations have done, right? And I guess there is 3. And this is what makes this hard, man. Every one of these sideways periods has been different. They've all been different, bro. You know what I mean? This one's been different. This one was different. This one was different. And here we are, up here, Bitcoin with another sideways period. So you kind of look at this and you say, this sideways, Bitcoin made an equal low and pumped. This sideways, Bitcoin swept the low and pumped. This sideways, Bitcoin was just in a freaking downtrend for 6 months, right? So they've all been different. And that's why it's going to be hard to know what's going to happen here, right? It's going to be very, very hard to know what's going to happen here. And I'm not going to act like I know what's going to happen in the short term, right? But I think it's just the way that I continue to look at this is we got Bitcoin sweeping the low down here. The way I look at this is, and I'm just going to continue to think that this is a bull market until it's not, because that's worked so far, and I guess at some point it won't work, but it's kind of worked up to this point. I'm going to assume that on the high time frames, whenever Bitcoin's put in a lower low, it's been a fantastic period to add to, BTC or whatever you want to add to, as long as it's not an absolute shit coin, right? It's been a pretty good time to add, right? Add Bitcoin here, it's good time. Here, good time. Here, good time. Here, good time. Lower low here, great time. Bitcoin comes down and hits the low, great time, right? Made a lower low here, great time. Whenever that's been the case, it's been a good time to add BTC, especially coupled with the fact, yo, Caspa, what up, bro? Dude, I haven't watched any crypto shit for a while, man. So I haven't seen you in a while, dude. Hope you're doing good, Jay. Hope you're doing good, man. I got the Boston Red Sox hat on today. Let me know if you guys like the all white hats. You guys like all white hats? You guys like no hats? Let me know what you think. I don't know what you think. But, coupled with the fact that Bitcoin makes a new low and we kind of just come over to the fear and greed index, this is the lowest, right? We actually hit extreme fear, right? So we're in extreme fear. Oh, we got new shoes. Damn, we got new shoes. 30% off of Men's Warehouse. New shoes, bro. New freaking shoes, man. Shout out to the kicks. Which one of these is the best kicks? Before we get into the extreme greed shit. Man, I kind of like these blue ones. I kind of would rock these blue ones. not going to lie, with a nice blue suit. Oh, man, I would rock those. Wouldn't rock these. I would not rock these. I had no money for shoes, someone said. That's rude. I wouldn't rock these. These are kind of like the I don't know what to call these. Anyways, I wouldn't rock these shoes. I would rock the blue shoes, though. Anyways, we had extreme fear. We actually got to 21 today. 21. All right. We kind of look. That's the lowest that we've been on the Fear and Greed Index since September 7th. We also went that low on August, at the August low, I believe. Right? So the lowest we've been on the Fear and Greed Index since this day and this day. All right? So that's where we're at on the Fear and Greed. The same points that we were at these lows, right? And I guess we can look at, oh, get out of here, man. I don't want that shit. I want more shoes, dude. I want those shoes, man. Why is it not 30% off of these shoes? Bullshit. Extreme fear on February 5th. So I'm just going to mark off all the times we were in extreme fear at low points in the market, right? We're also in extreme fear, right? I'll get rid of this. Right here. All right, so we're extreme fear here in September, extreme fear here in July, extreme fear here in August, and here we are again, extreme fear for Bitcoin right here in February. Right? So the way I kind of look at this is, and this is all going to tie back into altcoins, and we're going to talk about the altcoin charts. And dude, nothing has changed for altcoins, bro, since I've been gone. All right? It's like the song, since I've been gone, doon, 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 doon. I'm dedicated, you took the time. Literally nothing has changed, okay? But, no, in all seriousness, no, I'm freaking blurry now, man. There we go. Now you guys can see me. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. We combine the fact that Bitcoin swept the lows, extreme fear that we've seen at these lows and at this low. Coupled with the fact that where we are in the cycle, right? Whether you believe in the cycles or not, I do. You can take whatever you want to do in the cycles. Still think that Bitcoin's going higher, right? Despite the fact that we are at 88K, right? Still think Bitcoin has another leg up. It is what it is, right? So that's kind of Bitcoin, right? And I still think it all stems from total market cap, right? I go over here to the total market cap chart, and I've stated this many, many times, guys. For the past, I guess 2 months, I've stated as long as total market cap holds above this green box, which is the 2021 highs and the March 2024 highs, I remain a bull. All right, so as long as this is a breakout and retest, right, flipping the old resistances as support, I remain a bull. If we break down, if we start seeing a weekly close back below here, it's a little sketch and a little different than we've seen in the past, right? Where typically when we break out of new all-time highs, we can come back down and retest, but we want to hold that retest, right? We don't want to see significantly lower back below highs, right? So still my understanding that we kind of zoom in and look at where we're at. We have come down and swept that low, but we're still holding the green box. And my assumption is that we will still hold the green box and eventually move higher, right? So if you just look at where the altcoin market is, yes, we came and swept the low today, or when the whole market is, total market cap. Yes, we did come and sweep the low, but nothing has really changed other than the fact that we came down and made another low today, right? That's really it. So still my understanding that this will hold. If it breaks down, then we got something a little bit different to talk about, I think. But for now, same shit, different day. It is what it is. I have nothing really to say. And it also moves into ETH, dude. All right, Ethereum, if we kind of look at weekly closes, still just kind of holding in here that trend line that we want it to hold, right? Still just holding desperately on there, right? So we have Bitcoin sweeping the lows and extreme fear. We have Ethereum once again testing this trend line for the 5th time on weeklies, right? Still holding in here, even though it doesn't look good, right? It doesn't look like it's going to hold. And I guess every single time it comes to this point, it doesn't look like it's going to hold, but it's still holding in here. Still holding in here. And I guess it's kind of the same shit. If total market cap breaks down, that means ETH is breaking down, bro. And that would kind of be the invalidation to everything, right? ETH breaks down, total market cap breaks down. That's kind of where you got to draw the line and say, okay, this shit's getting real, bro. All right, but for now, still kind of holding the line there. As global liquidity is moving up, bro, but just ain't seeing the juice just yet. But we know if we overlay this, we know that usually when global liquidity hits a major low and moves up, eventually, not always right away, we do see ETH and the altcoin market move up. Right? Not always. It's definitely not always right away. Sometimes it takes a while. But global liquidity hits a low, ETH moves up with it. So what we want to continue to see over these next few weeks is global liquidity make a new high, right? Don't just come up here and stop. Make a new high on the amount of money that's in markets so we can get the altcoin markets also starting to move up with the global liquidity chart. Because we know throughout history, when global liquidity moves up, altcoins move up. When global liquidity does not move up, altcoins go down. It's really been that simple throughout history. Let's see what happens, dude. FOMC at the end of March. What's Doge talking about shit? What will happen over the next few weeks to months? We shall see with this. But we're at right like the crossroads still with ETH and total market cap. Definitely the crossroads. Definitely the crossroads, dude. Not even a question. Not even a freaking question, man. All right. Anyways, now that I got that out of my head, or out of my plunger, no volume, literally can't hear. There's no volume, bro. There's no freaking volume. Let's look at some of the altcoins that we talked about last week. All right. That were at lows. Has anything really changed on these? I'm still going through these charts, man, and I'm still looking at these, and I'm like, all right, Polkadot. All right, not my favorite coin. I'm just going to preface this. The coins that I'm about to talk about are not the coins that I own. I'm just using them as reference of where they are on the charts. Okay, I'm strictly talking charts. I'm not talking about fundamentals here. Okay, so just to make that aware, I don't love Polkadot as a play, but I'm just looking at where it is on the chart. All right, has anything changed on these? Polkadot at the lows sees a run. Polkadot at this 366 low sees a run. Polkadot at this 366 low sees a run. Here we are again, right? Still just holding that low. Despite Bitcoin breaking down, altcoin still holds, right? Still holds the low despite Bitcoin sweeping the low. All right, so Polkadot's still holding in here. My assumption is that this will once again hold this range that we've been in for 3 years and simply just see the top of at least the top of the range again, right? Like it did here, like it did here. My assumption is that this will once again come back up to the top of the range as it's done 3 times, right? 2 times in the last 2 years, I guess. But that's just one example. We could also use, Aptos, right? Comes down here to 463. It's the end of the world. It's extreme fear. You waddle down in here for like like a month. Then you come back up to the range high, right? Come back down again. Extreme fear. It's over, right? 450s. Come back up to close to range highs. Here we are again, back down at range lows. Extreme fear. My assumption still is, right, for these alts, that really nothing has changed in a month, that these will eventually see at least the top of the range again. and just stay in these long ass ranges that they've been in for 3 years, right? And this doesn't look like a big move, but this is still about a 4x move, right? So that's still my assumption on all these coins, right? We could go through a bunch of them. I think there's more. What else is there? What else we were looking at last week? The one that did break down is Matic, piece of shit. Rose, right? This is the major swing low before a big move, major swing low before a big move. Once again, just holding that major swing low, right? Same shit. Bitcoin breaks down, still holding the lows. Man, I mean, I could go through a bunch of different charts that show the same shit. What else? What else we were looking at, dude? Say? Why is Tron so strong? I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you. But Tron has been strong the whole bull market, to be honest. Tron has been a freaking beast, dude. To be quite honest. But anyways, I think you guys get the point. I'm not going to go completely through all the coins that are at these like major bear market lows that you've seen bounces from in the past. It's just, it's just confluence, I guess. Just confluence, I guess. Now, if some of these start break down, then it's a little bit sketch. But one that did break down, just to give you guys an example, because they don't all work like this. Okay, here's Matic. I'll just mark off here on Matic, or right around this area, right? Major bounce, major bounce, major bounce. This time you did break down, right? So the question is, I guess, will we see a reclaim? So I guess Matic isn't the best example here, but the whole point is like these general regions where you're at range lows, but you have extreme fear in the market, right? Matic, not a great example. Matic's a piece of shit. Matic's been a piece of shit this whole bull market, man. Matic has been a piece of ass this whole bull market. It's not the best example. Actually, every time it bounces, it like makes a lower high. Every single time. It's been a piece of ass. But anyways, yeah, what coins are holding up? XRP, right? Still holding up, right? Still just in the same range. Chainlink did come down a little bit over the weekend. I had this like random day where like it just dumped back down here. So Chainlink came down a little bit. Still one of the stronger coins. What else, dude? I mean, I can go through a bunch. I'm not going to go through like all the freaking altcoins, dude. But I think the general thought process is, what I think is interesting, at least right now, is total 3. Just double back testing these highs. Right? So previous highs, which I think is kind of interesting because it's kind of done this the whole bull market so far. Right? So this is total 3. Total 3 actually made a higher low today. Right? Where it's just back testing the previous highs. It's kind of done that, right? Previous high, back tested, right here, previous high, back test. It's kind of like stair step the whole way. You've now come and back tested this higher low, even with Bitcoin putting in a lower low. It's kind of interesting. I don't know. And maybe tomorrow that changes. Maybe tomorrow it's like total 3 just dies to the downside because Bitcoin does. But as right now, Bitcoin making a lower low and the altcoin market making a higher low, which I think is a little bit interesting, at least at the moment. We'll see if that changes. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to discuss today, guys, is not really much has changed as far as like a lot of things. It's just Bitcoin's now coming down and sweeping the lows, which is finally, because when Bitcoin was up here, there was no fear, dude. No one was scared, right? No one was scared when Bitcoin was up here because Bitcoin's still high. But now that you got Bitcoin breaking down, we finally have extreme fear in the market when altcoins actually put in a higher low today in general, right? Not all of them. Some of them put in lower lows. But the general altcoin market put in a higher low, while Bitcoin put in a lower low with extreme fear. That's why sometimes I guess you need Bitcoin to go down to get that extreme fear in the market where people are trembling. But yeah, that's kind of my thought process, guys. I mean, I'm not just going to sit here and be a perma bull. If this does break down, you'll probably see me be kind of bearish. But for right now, as long as total market cap holds this green box on weekly closes, all is good in the world, man. All is good in the world. And I'm just having patience for this next leg up on BTC and total putting a higher low here and hopefully start to shift up. So still the thought process, still the same shit. And, you know, at the end of the day, I guess sometimes you need a little fear before you get a little greed. You know, you need a little fear before you get a little greed. Anyways, I'm going to hang out in the chat and see what you guys are saying in the chat. Because why not? We all like to chat a little bit. I like to chat. I'm a chatterbox, dude. If I know you, dude, I can talk your ear off, and I'm one of the most annoying people in the world. You're scared of my hat, Waterfly? The hell, dude? That's fucked. That's fucked, dude. You're scared of my hat? I love this hat, man. I should probably start wearing the backwards hats. Oh yeah. Now this is OG. This is OG with the backwards hat, man. I got this hat to wear it backwards. When iRobot. Wait, Franco, were you here when I talked about iRobot the other day? Let's look at iRobot, man. Oh man. I should probably buy some more of this tomorrow. Dude, iRobot. This is the accumulation range, man. Accumulation range. Right in here. Actually, I probably don't want to be buying like up here, but I'd say accumulation range here. Even if it goes a little bit lower, fuck it. But yeah, for me, that's iRobot accumulation range for the Valhalla. This chart reminds me of Palantir, even though obviously it's not Palantir, but it almost looks identical to the Palantir chart in 2022. But yeah, we'll see if it plays out. This is one of my stocks that I've been DCAing the last few weeks. So we'll see if it works out. Might not work out. It may work out, but it is what it is. Bullish on robot vacuums. Bullish on AI robot vacuums. So it is what it is. Bouncing on the 200 MA, fill up by saggy bags. What on BTC? 200 MA. Where's the you know where we're actually also at? Let's bring up the bull market support band. We're actually below the bull market support band right now. But to be fair, every single pullback we've come below the bull market support band. Like we did it right here, we went below it. The bull market support band has not been great in this bull market. It has not worked. This bull has, one of the things that's been different is we have not, like, since we started the bull and every other bull market, we held the bull market support band and then we broke below it, and that was kind of the sign that it was over. This one's been slightly different where we've actually just kind of gone below it multiple times. Like we went below it here, we just pumped. We went below it here, we just pumped. It's been kind of useless to use, honestly. It's been completely useless. Whereas in the times in the past, like this is held like the entire bull. It broke down, fuck off, right? Broke down right here. You want to get out of the market. Right now, you're breaking below it again. But it's been kind of useless to be fair. It's been completely useless. The 200 day, also kind of been useless. Not completely useless. I guess you could say whenever it's below it, it's a good time to add. But I guess slightly useless up until this point. BTC pump in 14 minutes. Aeon became a member. What's up? What's up, bro? Thank you for joining the Jordan Knight member. Appreciate you, man. Or Chica. I don't know. Sometimes I just assume everyone's a guy, but I know there's like 3 girls in here. So I obviously have to keep that in mind. It's all been different. The consolidation lasts longer than previous cycles. It really does. They really do. It really has been. It's been slightly like in the previous bulls, like when we were bullish, we kind of just rampaged up. Like we did have pullbacks, but they were quick. Like there were a few weeks, like 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then you were up again. Right? 2020, it was basically just straight up, a few weeks up. This one, it's been definitely more prolonged, but I think that's maybe why this can continue up more, because like every time we pump, we go sideways for months. Months. To be fair, there's already been months. We've already been going sideways for about 3 months. Doesn't feel like it, dude. Feels like it's been like 2 weeks up here. I don't know. I feel like when we hit, this first time we hit 108K, that feels like not that long ago. But actually, that was 2.5 months ago, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. At least to me. It's kind of crazy. Not any indicator showing we topped yet. I agree, man. I still think there's too many people calling for a top and too many people that are bearish for this to actually be the top. I don't know. And I guess that's just me. I could totally be wrong about that. I'm wrong about things all the time. I just don't get the vibe that this is the top. At least for the whole crypto market. Right? I know there was some euphoria on Bitcoin in here and stuff, but at least for the whole crypto market, I just don't think the top is in for the whole crypto market yet. Bitcoin, the thing is, I mean, I don't know, man. We're at that point in the cycle where we've been so beaten down to death. And altcoins have been beaten down to death, at least a lot of them. Right? Some of them really haven't. Some of them just been going sideways. But a lot of altcoins have come down. They've just been beaten so hard to death where people just don't believe that there can be any type of altcoin run anymore, right? It's gone from this whole time, everyone trying to catch the altcoin runs. Now, when we get up here, it's no one believes that there can be any altcoin runs anymore, which I guess may or may not be true. I kind of agree. I think all altcoins running is almost impossible nowadays. But I think a lot of I still believe that this year is going to be good for fundamental coins, despite the fact that the first 2 months have kind of been a little bit iffy. I still think this year is going to be good for fundamental altcoins. But yeah, we're up here, and it's kind of like you just don't get the vibe that people believe that altcoins can go up anymore. But what gets altcoins moving up is more money coming into markets, and we haven't seen that yet, but that can come at any time, I guess. What do I want to look at? Bitcoin dominance. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance. It's kind of hanging out here. I don't know. It's been kind of hanging out in the golden pocket for like a month. So we'll see. I don't know. It's kind of just chilling, bro. Like, it's hard to know what's going to happen with Bitcoin dominance here. Is it going to continue up? Continue down? Not continue down, but go down? Who knows? Tough spot. I do think that somewhere in this region, like this wick, this will be the general. Somewhere in this region, maybe we come out and take the highs again. But somewhere in this general region will be the highs on Bitcoin dominance. It's just hard to know when, all right? This could just keep freaking barraging up and take out this high before it comes down. But I think somewhere in this zone, to me, right? Maybe it moves a little higher. I still think somewhere in this zone is going to be the highs on dominance. Somewhere in here. I don't know if it goes up a little bit more. I don't know if it doesn't. But I don't know. I feel like we've done so much damage that people just don't believe. And I think that's what you need. You need people not believing that altcoins can do anything for this to actually come down. And I think we're almost there. I generally think we're almost there as far as people just not believing that things can happen. Maybe we're not there yet, but I think if you look around, that's starting to become a pretty popular thing to say. at least from what I hear. And I guess I don't really watch too many videos and shit, but I don't know. It is what it is. Cycles are no more. I don't know why people are saying cycles are no more. As I'm looking at the Bitcoin cycles chart, and it tells me that cycles have always been there. I don't know where this cycles thing is not here is really coming from, to be honest. I was kind of, whenever people say the 4-year cycles aren't here anymore, I just pull up this chart and I go, are you sure? Are you really sure that's the case? Because we're a little bit behind, but kind of just slightly behind where we've been, which is actually kind of impressive, to be honest, because these ones move super fast. Anyways, back over here. Cycle based on global liquidity seems pretty strong. Hell yeah. The confusing thing right now, I guess it's not confusing. This is global liquidity right now. Do we just we follow this to a T? The weird thing is right now, and it's not really weird because it's lagging sometimes. Sometimes you see this move up and I just use ETH as an example because it's the biggest altcoin. But sometimes you see this move up and altcoins don't move up, and it's like, why is that the case? We're seeing more money come into markets. Why are markets moving down? It doesn't make any sense. It's just sometimes it lags. It's lagged a few months, right? I mean, this wasn't a huge move. We even go down to 2020. That was just like an instant money printer, so things just followed. I don't even think you can go down to 2017, can you? Now you can. Right? Global liquidity moved down, altcoins moved down. As soon as global liquidity start to pick up, altcoins mooned, right? Bear market, global liquidity moves down, altcoins move down, global liquidity bottoms, altcoins generally bottom, right? Obviously you had the COVID crash. Bada bing, bada boom. Global liquidity shoots up. ETH shoots up. But now we're in like this weird period where people don't really know what's going to happen now. You have it moving up. But I think the main problem is the US ain't doing shit. This is the US money supply. It's not really doing anything. It ain't moving like this, right? It ain't moving like 2021. This is what caused 2021, is this massive supply of money coming into markets. You're just not really seeing that yet from the US. 2017, I guess, was just a steady uptrend. But yeah, man, now it's like we haven't even, and I guess this is probably why alts haven't mooned. It's just because, look at this chart. I mean, we haven't even gotten back above the 2022 highs for the amount of money, or M2 money supply in the US. So obviously, a lot of the altcoins aren't going to break into new highs if there's a less amount of money. If you take off the US, this looks like it's freaking mooning, right? Yeah, take off the US, this is freaking mooning. I think the problem is right now the US is not doing what the rest of the world is doing. And the US is obviously the leader, right? So the US, it's kind of what we're waiting on, I think. It's like, at the end of the day, we need the US to start doing what the rest of the world is doing. I think to really start getting some of these things really rampaging up. And maybe we're on the precipice of that. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. Who knows? I don't freaking know. I don't freaking know. Maybe we're not on the precipice. Maybe this is it, and it actually rolls down. So this shit moves down. Who knows? But I think we could just watch this and say, okay, if this starts ticking up again, you could probably expect altcoins to start ticking up again, right? Even Bitcoin follows us to a T. Anyways, I'm bored of talking about money supply, dude. That is some nerdy shit. some nerdy shit, but some valid shit, to be quite honest. Some valid shit. Missed those BTC fun facts. Jordan got the email from the government to say how much work he's done in the past week. He has yet to return it. Oh, Lord. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Jordan owes us a 96-hour stream. Dude, I owe you more than that, man. Once we get... Well, we finally got some new shit to talk about. We're finally out of this range. Which is a good... I mean, it's a good thing and a bad thing, I guess. We wish we were out of the range to the upside, but... Yeah. You can't always have what you want, you know? You can't always have what you want. 58 million millionaires and only 21 million BTC. It's a great fact. It's a great fact. Precipice. I am using pretty good words, huh, Moon? I'm trying to. Nvidia earnings tomorrow. Yeah. We can look at our Nvidia chart. Let's look at Nvidia chart and see if we can guess what's going to happen. It's probably going to do the opposite of what we think. Yeah. I don't know, man. I still think Nvidia looked kind of bearish. I'm bearish on Nvidia, man. I'm not bullish on Nvidia. I think that we're close to the top on Nvidia. That's just my opinion. Right, this 2-year uptrend broke down. You bearish retested it. You came back up. You tried to get back above that June top, and you rejected again. I don't know, man. I ain't that bullish on Nvidia. If I just looked at this chart and I said, what's going to happen with earnings tomorrow? I would say, not that earnings will be bad. I would say that this moves down. I'm going to guess that this moves down. Now watch it pump. That would be hilarious. Watch it pump. If I was looking at the chart, I'd say it's more likely this moves down than up. If I'm just being honest. Dude, Tesla was down 9% today. It's almost back down to our range. This is where I want to see Tesla come right back into here. Right back into here. And I'll buy some more. I want it back in here though. But yeah, a lot of these stocks. AMD. Oh, a lot of these stocks look like they have to go lower. AMD looks like it wants to come lower. Kind of bearish on some of these stocks. Bearish on the stocks. Microsoft looks like BTC. Yeah, it looks like Bitcoin, doesn't it? Before it swept the lows. This is Microsoft. Kind of looks like it wants to sweep the lows like BTC. Shit. Apple. Apple's just freaking... Apple's just a monster, bro. This thing just consistently moves up. Shit. I don't know, man. Look at Chipotle. Chipotle is broken. And some of these charts are kind of crazy. Chipotle has broken a 7-year uptrend. 7-year uptrend on Chipotle. The end of Chipotle? I don't know, man. I love Chipotle, but is that the end of Chipotle as we know it? Maybe. I'm kidding. I'm doom posting now. We're not going to do that. All right. Anyways, what is it? 7:59. Shit. Let's see. It's like an apocalypse at the moment. An apocalypse? Is it like an apocalypse? You're hungry for canes? How's my iRobot doing? Dude, it's down 5% today. It's down 5% on my iRobot. We looked at it earlier. Literally down 5%. You haven't bought iRobot yet? I have an order for $7. Should we look at it again? All right, fine. You have an order for $7? I love it. Franco, you know you like this chart, bro. I know you like this chart. I know you like this chart, dude. I don't know why. I just do. I mean, it's very rare you find setups like this. Very rare. You only find these every once in a while. Oh. Asteroid headed our way, 2032. What would happen if that was the case? I mean, it just turned into an absolute craziness in the world, I think. All right, guys. What is it? 8:01. I'm going to call it here, and hope you guys have a good day. I might be on tomorrow. I might not be. It's Wednesday, hump day. Wednesday is date day. So I may or may not be on depending on a few things. So I'll keep you guys updated tomorrow. Thursday, I will definitely be here though. So if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Thursday. Now that we got some new shit to talk about, we're out of that range. I think we got some new shit to talk about. So I'm kind of excited for that. I was very, very bored in this time period right here. So new shit to talk about. I think we kind of got people flustered here. People are a little bit extreme fear, right? People are kind of skirming around right now, which is good, right? So have a good day, everyone. Catch you guys tomorrow. And don't be fearful out there, man. Be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. The famous Warren Buffett saying. Peace.